Now, so far it seems green. I don't see any frames dropped, so that's good. So we'll go back to our other screen. So hopefully this goes well. Let me know in the chat and give a thumbs up if everything looks okay when you see this, because then if there are any more issues, then we'll just deal with this. Okay, so what we want to do now is, at least on here where we have the context, we want to use, I think, a basic version of a table instead of a UL, but I don't want to use something that is too advanced as well. Oops. So let's see. So I have a table element here which has a bunch of things going on here, but let's see. So we save this, and let's see, I'm gonna also go here and go here. Awesome, good. Let's see if I can refresh the chat as well. There we go. Awesome. So we are going to render some elements on the UI. So this is what we are looking at. So if I go to contacts, this is the table that we are supposed to see, and we're going to have a good form, I think, to basically render these. So what I'll do is, we have the T head. In this one, I think we should just have the name and email, and then we should have the delete button. So that's what we're going to do. I'm not really sure if we also keep, the person. If we go to type.ts, we do have the login, UUID, we have email, and we have picture as well. Okay, so that's good. But I'm not really sure when we get the data, do we have the data there as well? I don't think we do. So if I go here, go to network, go to fetch, we just have the name and we have the login. Aha, okay. Okay, that makes sense. But if I try to go to my, okay, let's run another nvim here. We're gonna open this, and do npm run start dev. Let's shorten this down for now. So what I want to see, if I go to the seed contacts.ts, so in this one I only have the name and login. So what we can do is, let's quickly shorten down the data. So if I go to api dot run user.me and this whole data, so what I'm gonna do is go to the top, click raw, copy this, go here, and then I'll just paste this into a data. So const temp1 equals this. Then what we can do is, we can say temp1 dot results dot map, and what I want from the map is just a few things. So we want to have the name, item.name. We want the login, item.login, email, item.email, and then picture. So these are the things that I want. If I hit enter, I can see all these things from the whole data, because I don't want the other things. We have more data here, but we only are interested in these 4 things. So I can take them out like this, and then what I'll do is, I'll just do a json dot stringify this, so I can copy the string, and then here I can go and paste it here. Paste anyway. Thank you. There we go. So we got a lot of things here. Oh, but we also got username, password. Ooh, all those things as well. No, we don't. We don't want that. I also have to open this, recover, continue, 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 continue. Okay, so what we want to do is okay, don't. I thought we would have the everything covered from here, but we don't. Okay, so we go here and we are going to copy from there, but we also want to do, instead of this, then we want to do something like this: uuid item.login.uuid. So we only have one thing in there. So let's copy this. This is a bit shorter now. So we go here and we paste this guy. We save this, and now we don't have any errors. That's good. We do have some, and they start from interesting. So we got login, that is UUID. Login UUID. Okay. No. Did we remove it from everyone? Yeah, I think so. If we copy this, and if we go and do this, we can basically do this and G and D. Okay, then I can go here, copy this guy and paste it like this. I think this should be fine. Oh, but the name now has title. Oof. Now we need to change one more thing. So this guy, or we could add just the title. That's fine. I think we'll just add the title. No, we'll not add the title. Let's remove this. So we go here, first, last. Let's do this. No, we can copy all of this guy. Let's remove all of this and paste this. Okay. Did we miss something? No? Okay, I'll look into it. Shahjahan Sarwar, Walaikum Assalam. Zeke, bro, is React easy to learn or not? It's quite easy. Shahjahan Sarfaraz says, so how's life going? It's good, thank you. This today was pretty nice. We enjoyed the weekend, so to say. So not too bad. How about yourself? And we should also have the email as well. So we'll go here. Let's go here, and then we'll add a couple of things. So we should add email, which should be a string, and then we should also have picture. I think it's not required. Oh, the picture, sorry, need to go there again. And then we also have picture, which should have a thumbnail, string, a large string, and medium string. But this one actually should be optional, I would say. Hmm. Why does this cry? Uh, is it okay or no? Let's see. Hmm. Okay. Let's see. PM. Sergeant Surprise is asking ID. This is NVIM, NeoVim. I am very new to this whole thing. Solve I 3000 kill 129.12793 and npm run start dev. Shahjan says, great, I'm doing good too, just being a bit lazy. Okay. It's probably because it's weekend. That's fine. I think people should be allowed to be lazy on weekends for sure. Recover. Ah, okay. Okay, that's good. Let's kill this one. Seed contacts. I think this is also good. Okay. I think this is good. So if we go here, then we have the same thing here in the sort of type. But then if I go to my app now, I think all we did was for this exactly. So if we go to contacts, now we should have email, login, name, picture as well. So all of these are here. Now we can use the component that we had in the front end. So we can go to our contacts component, and what we should have is name, email, and that's pretty much it. So we should have, I don't think we need this thing here at all. So name, this should be email, and this should be delete. I'm not sure if we need the last one, to be honest. Or should we do edit and delete? No, I think we can leave this like this. We can remove that. Then we have a bunch of images here. So here, but we'll look into it in just a bit, because we also want to run a bunch of things here, but we'll look into it. So we got one row that has, for example, here we will have the contact name. So here we should have contact.name, but we'll look into it first. Or let's put contact name here for now, and then we should have contact. These are just placeholders that I'm putting right now. And then we should have a delete button. So we should have here, we can say delete, and then from row 2 to row 3 or whatever this is, we can remove all of that. And then we had the name, email, and delete. Let's see. Ooh, unexpected error. Contact name is not defined. Of course, it's not. So what we'll do here is for the row here, we can actually which nvim distro are you using? I have no clue. Good question though. How do I find it out? If I do, oh, I think I know what you mean. No, I'm not using any distro. Distros are pre-configured nvims, right? I configured everything from scratch. If that's what you're asking, and correct me if I'm wrong. So let's remove that. Then what we can do here is we can say contacts dot map contact return, and here we can paste it. Oi, what happened here? Return, and we can go to contact contact name. We can say contact dot name dot first, contact dot name dot last, and we can go with contact dot email. And as you can see, I'm not too fast at the moment with nvim. So we at least got all the names right. So Anastatius, Budimil, Shaq, Eva, William, all of these guys are here, and all of them are from the data. That's good. All we need is the picture. So this one should be actually contact dot picture dot thumbnail, and there we go. Now we have everyone there, but we have email here. We should not have the email maybe there, or I don't know. Now that I think about it, maybe we don't really need the email. And this one could be actions, right? And here I can also do the same actions. So here we have the actions, here we have the name and email. Or instead of name, we can say contact name there, and we'll call this contact. So here we got contact, we got actions, delete. Maybe the button that we have should also be button danger, or is it? Do we have, if we go to button, we should have something like secondary accent. Oh, we have error, button error. So if I go here now, do I have the error button? No, I don't. Why? That's fine. But why don't I have a red button here? Button error, button code, button access. Is it because of the ghost button? I think it's because of the yeah, exactly. So maybe button should be something like button outline. And now I think this is pretty nice. So we have delete, and now we can delete these. So instead of this, I think this is this is much nicer. So we can go ahead and we can remove the comments. I think everybody should know what they are looking at. And then we had this, right? So we remove that, and then we go to map, we go here, and then we say key is going to be contact.login.uuid, and we should not have any warnings in here. And now if I delete this guy, oh, I removed the functionality as well. Let's see. So instead of deleting this, I also want to yank it as well, but I will. Okay, so all I need to do is no. So this is the link to context/detail. This we want on the name, but the delete one has to be this thingy. Let's yank this. Then we can do redo, 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 redo. And for the delete button, we can actually go and do this paste. And let's just remove the button and paste it here. Cool. Something is wrong. Contact item is not defined. Did I? Oh, okay. Contact. There we go. Now if I delete, do you want to delete this? Yes. It goes to the params, contacts, delete stuff, and there we go. Now the fun part in this whole situation that we have right now is there is no state management going on at all for this whole application. There is no use state. There is no there is a use state. No, there's no use state because we have just the data. So there is no use state. There's no use effect. We have just forms here. And this is pretty crazy. For example, if I do test and 1, 2, 3, and if I hit add new, oops, cannot read properties of undefined reading thumbnail. What happened to this guy? Context tsx. Aha, okay. So contact.picture. When we add something new, the picture may or may not be there. That makes perfect sense. So if we need to have the image, or we also have the placeholder as well, right? Placeholder, no. Person, no. Avatar, yeah, there we have the avatar. So if we have the avatar here, do we have the placeholder avatar here as well, or no? Avatar placeholder, right? So this one. So in this case, we can use this guy, but we want to have a smaller one maybe. Wait a second. So this is the avatar, right? This is the mask width 12, height 12. So this is the one that we are talking about. So PG neutral. Okay, so I need to either use that one or this one. But then I also need to take out the initials as well. Okay, but that we can do. So maybe we can just go ahead here and say something like this. Wait, come back. We can say if contact.picture, if the contact picture exists, then we render it. Otherwise, we'll render this thing here, right? Let's save this. And what I'll do is I'll also close it so we have more room for the code to be seen. So in this case, we can say we need the initials of the contact, right? So here we need to have the contact initials. So we can do something like contact or contact.name.first.to uppercase and 0, and contact dot name dot last dot to uppercase. Or I don't think we need to do to uppercase. We can just do that via CSS. But then we can do 0. So let's try to avoid JavaScript as much as possible. So here we can then say class name uppercase, and let's see. Ooh, this is absolutely sad. But we'll fix this. So test 1 to 3 now doesn't have anything at all. So what did we miss? So from the avatar, oh, we also have to apply the placeholder class. Shahjahan says, Data Dev, hey, how's it going, Data Dev? Welcome to the stream. Shahjahan says, that's a lot of indentation for me. Well, that means you haven't really coded uh, complex layout structures. We could move this into a new file, but I don't want to do that because I want to keep things simple, to be honest. And also let's change this, I would say. So we'll move this to say if contact dot picture. So first of all, I want to put this avatar right here. Then if there is contact picture, then I want to also say nothing, otherwise place holder. So if I go back to my app now, there we go. Now this looks nice. At this point, I just make a reusable component. Exactly, that's what you should be doing. Yeah, absolutely. So now we have deleted this guy. We can say test last name. So this should say T and L. And if I hit add new, there you go. I can also add Ahsan, Ayaz, add new, and now we have AA. So these are looking pretty nice. And the fun part is that in this whole situation, as I mentioned, we don't have any use state or use effect at all in this whole code base. What we have actually is just one loader data, and that's pretty much it. Placeholder. Maybe remove the space between the initials. That'll look good. Yeah, let's do that. So we should have it here. Is this for the course? Yes. How about this? Does it look good? Do they also have this the same for the avatar placeholder? Maybe they do. Yeah, they do. Thank you. Good suggestion. I missed it. Okay, so we now have this nicely. Good. We can also delete it with Jackson. Refresh. It's persisted. We can add new things there as well. I think now we can just quickly add a form or make the form look a bit better. This looks sad, to be honest. And maybe we can also remove this this and put it just above the table, and see, maybe also apply some classes. So class name should have text center and text LG. Maybe also have some like my6. So we have some spaces. I'm gonna change the battery of my camera. Give me 1 second. So we can now go into Daisy UI and pick some values from there. So we have text input, we have text area, We have some toggles. What we need here basically is a text input. I'm gonna open the mouse highlight as well. So, and maybe I can move the chat on the other side. I don't know. Let me know if this looks bad or something, and then I'll change it. But I think probably let's put it there. Okay, so we've got email, username, blah blah blah, but we basically need a simple uh, inline labels. Ghost, no background. I'm not sure about this one. No. What is your name? Top right label, bottom left label, form control and labels. I think let's go with this. We don't need the labels here, but we'll go ahead and do we'll remove it. Although I know React, but I don't know why I want to watch your course. Well, it depends. If we there are a lot of good things in the course, to be honest, and some of the things you probably don't know. I'm not sure if you know the React routers, data loader, or actions, on how I'm implementing them right now, because I have no use state, I have no use effect. I'm making the API calls still, and everything works. So yeah, it's interesting. It's definitely interesting. Okay, so what I'll do here is that I'll quickly paste this guy. Oh no, did I copy the non-JSX stuff? I think I did. Let's copy the JSX. Let's go and paste it here. And what I want to do is I want to remove this and whoops, change this to first name and just change also this to 4. I think this is called HTML4. No, or is it just 4? I think it's probably 4. I think. No, is it HTML4? HTML4, and I think this is supposed to be first name. Oh, but this is not supposed to be, this is not supposed to be on the div. That's why. HD, yeah, there we go. So first name, and we do have the ID that should be first name, and we'll just copy paste this. So let's save this, at least see how the first one looks like. So first name, and then we have the last one as well. So we go ahead, let's copy this guy and oops, did I make a boo-boo? Yeah. So after the label, please, thank you, and this should be as first last name. And if I do, can I do the same with the next one? No. But I could do something like this, and last name, and this was this, and then we have, did I fix everyone? Yeah, I think. And then I don't need anything else, and the classes on this one should be class name button primary. Kind of buttons am I pressing? Still a noob in in the Vim world. And maybe button outline. So add new, type name, and maybe for this form itself we could give this a class name, and we can say something like flex call gap 4. So we have at least something here. And we might also want to give this as well to the button. There we go. Shubham, hey, how's it going? Yes, alhamdulillah, sab theek. So we can go ahead and say here, maybe in the form we can have h1, or it should be h2 actually. And here we can go ahead and say add new contact. Let's quickly add a class name. We can go ahead and say something like text center, text lg, save this guy. And what I also want to do is, I don't know, I think everything else could be in at the center or here even, I don't know, or actually I could have the items center to make this centered. There you go. So add new contact, first name, last name, and then we have maybe just call it submit instead of add new. So here we go ahead and we say submit. There we go. If we hit submit, we get an error. You defined an action for route 01 but didn't. Interesting. I think this call should fail. I should not get this error though. So if I hit refresh and if I hit submit, you define an action for route 01 but did not return anything from your action function. Please return a value or null. What? Ooh. Interesting. That means that we are talking about the routes.tsx having a create contact action that it should run, that should return a contact. Yeah, there you go. But it probably fails here. That's why it probably fails here. So we didn't have a first. Oh, here we have. So probably instead of return we should throw an error. So throw new error, first name and last name are required. Let's try this again. So contacts, submit. There you go. First name and last name are required. Yuppie. And but should, I don't know, should we Farhan Ali, hey, how's it going, Farhan? And I should also check the bottom banner, ask your questions. Maybe say ask for the React courses link. Save. Maybe also say ask and ask your questions in the chat. I'm fixing things on production, as you can see. First name and last name are required. Of course they are. So what, maybe I could have stopped this, but yeah, I think that's fine. But maybe we also need to have the email in this case as well. So we should have email, and we can just copy pasta this email and email, right? So we got the email to a string, uh, okay. Because it doesn't. Okay. So this should also send the contact, which should have partial contact, right? What is the definition here? The email is his string, right? So we should have that in there. Why are you crying? Email from data.get email to string. Is it trying to somehow see what kind of what kind of data does that send? The request form data is what I mean. Mm. Farhan, I'm good. Thank you. Thank you so much for asking. What are you working on, Farhan? What are you working on these days? Maybe I can just copy this guy and paste this here. Let's go ahead and try to find last name. We'll go there, we change this to email, we'll do n dot, and there we go. And last and email. And if I go here, now you have the first name, the last name, and the email. So if I do this, and then submit, first name and last name are required, but also email is required as well. So we can go and say first name and first name, last name, and email are required. There we go. So we refresh this, test, submit, doesn't work. We also see the errors, noise. We go back, we say Ahsan, Ayaz, Ahsan at something.com. We hit submit. Ooh, that's not good. Why didn't, why did we, why? I think I know why. I think I know why. Um, it's because none of our inputs actually have the name property. So name should be first and name should be last, and oopsie doopsie, and name should be email. Imakal. Now we should be good. Close. Ahsan Ayaz Ahsan at something.com and submit. There you go. So now we have our guy here, but I don't see the email. Why don't we have an email? Farhan says, I was creating CI/CD pipeline for my software as a service. It's a lot of work, but when it works, it's satisfying as a. You bet. Yes, definitely. Can't agree more. What kind of software as a service is it? What are you building? Let's go to contacts.controller. I think this is where we try. Okay, I think maybe the DTO doesn't have it. I think the DTO doesn't have it. So it should have it. Maybe it's the service. No, it's the contact service. No, it takes everything from them and then adds the new contact. Then I don't really know. If I refresh now, if I look at the network, login, name, I can, it's inside here. That's why. That's my bad. That's my bad. But I'm not using params anywhere. Remove that. but I'm not using that's because, yeah, that's what it was trying to tell me this whole time. Like, what are you trying to do? But I was persistent on getting things there the stupid way. Okay, so if I refresh now, and if I add Ahsan, Ayaz, and then something.com, hit enter, there you go. Ahsan at something.com is here. The details are here, and if I click delete, yeah, it works. Good. I think it's good. Scooby Snacks, hey, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so I think this looks pretty decent actually. Ooh, what's this? Contact actions. Contact actions. What's maybe I should try to show you what I mean. So what is this whole gap here? There. So this is one heading, this is other heading. What's this gap? It should be something like contact and actions, just like this. So maybe we have some contact. Oh, this is the contact page. So this, yeah, that's because of this. Okay, let's see now. Contact and actions makes much more sense. And we are able to delete anything from here. And the good thing about the router actions is you have a footer in the table. I do have a footer in the table, yes. But I had I had one extra heading here. This is what we don't want. We could have removed the footer, but I think let's keep it there. Okay. I don't know if I want this like this, or I want it to look a bit different, because if I look at this form, I think I might want to just have them on side by side. So flex column, MD flex row, gap 8. I think I would want it to be like this, maybe, or make it, instead of making this like flex, we could also use grid. So something like grid calls 3, because I'm going to give it, or grid calls 1, MD grid calls 3, right? So what I want to do here is still use grid, but I'll put this into, Shahjan says not using VS Code today. Vim. Yes, I've been trying to use Vim in VS Code for quite some time. And last week I started sort of migrating to NeoVim instead. So I'm still trying. I'm still struggling. So I'm a bit new, but I'm trying to work on Vim as much as possible. But what I want to do here is also add grid call span. Is it called call span 2? No. Call span 2, right? So in this one, I would want to say, oh, wait a second. What is this? So we have form, but then these two things are not in the same div. So I may want to do something like this. So this should actually go inside a section, and in here I can paste it. Is it still okay? I'm pretty sure I broke something. Let's see. No, this looks much like what I want. And I don't know what's the shortcut from going from one div to Vim HTML shortcut to go to start tag. Seems like match it plugin will do the same by allowing you to jump with percentage. So is it percentage? So if I'm here, if I go to percentage, look at that. Thank you. And I can go here and say md call span 2. There we go. And now if I go to my app, there you go. So this one takes 2 columns. This one takes a single column. And if I try to go here on a mobile, this is how it looks. Not too bad. I like it. But you see one thing, there's one issue in the UI. Can someone spot what is an issue? Is something off at all? Have a good look at the UI and spot what's wrong here. Did you use NV chat for setup? No, I actually followed a really good resource I found on YouTube. It was Typecraft, I think, if I'm not wrong. Is it Typecraft? No. Let me see if I can find. This is called Typecraft, but oh, the Typecraft dev. So they have a really good course, New Vim for Noobs. I really love this course. So it had about 6 episodes, and it got me through the whole setup. I did follow some other setup as well for um for different things, but this was where I started. But if you want to have my new Vim setup, you can basically get it directly. So I have everything pushed here, and I keep updating this one if you want to have the same setup. Alignment of form and list. Alignment of form and list, but what specifically is wrong there? How I should align? Should I align this label with this, or I don't know? Where should I start looking? I'm going to get some water, so I'll be right back. अच्छा जी, sorry give me my experts इधर है. From heading which list form heading with list heading simple. Is he using grid? Yes. Yes, Shahjahan, exactly. हमें ये दोनों जो headings हैं, these are not aligned, and that is because we have a margin somewhere. There's the margin, so we need to get rid of this margin. And now you can see both of them are pretty much aligned, both these, and even the place where the form starts is almost close. I think this is pretty nice to get started with, at least in the course. Okay, nice. So we can start with Ahsan, Ayaz, Ahsan, and something, com, hit enter. We get everything added quickly. If we delete something, we get something deleted. Oh, I also had another route for the contact detail as well. I think I should also put that as well somewhere. I think it's here. No, maybe I should put it in this whole div. So we have the TD here, which should have a link, and should just end. I think there's a tool that I can use for just adding those links or just closing the tags. Maybe I tried installing it as well, but I did not. I didn't manage to maybe implement this. Okay, so this should be what exactly? It should be context slash and then the contact dot login dot uuid. Is that it, or was that something else as well? I think that's it probably. So if I go here, if I click this, yay, we go to the contact page, and then we have this weird looking UI. So we can change it a bit, but I don't think we should do it too much. Alhamdulillah. Okay, so maybe just a simple UI. Do we have anything such as a card here? Yeah, we do. So we have a card here. Let's pick a good card. Compact card, less padding for card body. Maybe the compact one. Yeah, I think the compact one is probably good enough for now. So what we'll do here is we'll go to the contact detail tsx. We have a bunch of things happening here. This was not formatted at all. That was horrible. Okay, so we start by pasting the new code. Then we can take out the names. So here we can go ahead and say contact dot login, no, picture dot, maybe use the medium one for now. The alternate here can be contact dot name dot first, and here I think the h2 can essentially show the name. So contact dot name dot first, and then contact dot name dot last. Now this figure, I think this could be the title or not, if we have a picture, to be honest. So this should actually come if contact dot picture exists, then we can render this. Then here we can maybe use contact.email, and then we just have delete error. Then the only thing that I need basically is this guy. What did I just do? Okay, that's better. And then we can just get this guy and ah. Okay, I can now remove this. Okay, so there we go. Let's see. So if I go to my page, ahsan@something.com, we have a delete button here. We go here, we go to William. Oh, we have William here. Look at that. But maybe use the avatar like we used in the contact list. Contacts.tsx. We go here, we try to render this guy here. Is that the one? And we go back or back to the previous one, and we replace this guy. There we go. Let's see if this looks any nicer. Okay-ish, I would say. But if I go to Ahsan, we have some things in there, but maybe then we can use the card centered if that's the case. What is the difference between the card body and the card centered? So if you have a look closely, centered contact, card, BG base, shadow axle, more or less the same thing. The card compact is a different class. The items center, text center is the only thing I think. I don't think there's anything different, which I would probably do this also. Card body, where's the card body? Oh, but I put the okay. Stupido. So if I want, I could actually remove this guy and go here, and there we go. So if I go back to my app, go to Anastasios, oh, look at that, that looks nice. If I go back, go to Ahsan, look at that. But I want this button to be a bit smaller, so maybe we can go to the button which is this guy. So here maybe we can do button SM. There we go. And we can also do it the same, so button outline, just for consistency. So here we have delete. If we go back, we have the delete here as well. We have outline button here as well. Noise. And if I click William DS, we see it here. Maybe we can move the whole sort of the card on the center, right? So we can go ahead and what's the person sign? No, there, that's the one. Okay, so this one is width 96, so all we need to do is max max auto, and we should be good. There we go. So we go back, we come here, we have Ahsan, we go back, we go with Hilla Scala. There we go. We say delete. If we click OK, we go back to the page automatically. That's the beauty of it. And if you see here, we still don't have any use effect. We don't have any API call directly in the component. We do have a function here that is a loader, but we don't even have any API call that is used for deletion of this contact in this whole component apart from this action. So here we only have one single check, and that is the beauty of it. So I really like this whole application in general. And here we can say, instead of daisy UI, I don't know where we have that. Wait, what happened? Daisy, oh, there we have it. So maybe we can call this I don't know, React Router app. There we go. Maybe also if I go to header.tsx, we can, instead of do this, we can say pg primary and remove this guy. I don't know, primary, do we have, no, maybe we can go purple and 800 400, nah. But which one? The primary is a bit different, right? But if I go to Tailwind, if I go to theme controller, well, that's a different thing. Theme generator. But this is the primary. If we but I did create my own primary as well. But if I go to themes, mm, I think it's fine. I'm gonna go with this. If I look at this, I don't, yeah, I don't really like it. No, I'm gonna turn this back to base. React Router app, we have contacts, and you can go to home. This is the home route. The home route is called home.tsx. Yeah, this is the home route link. Let's import this, and here we can say link, and here we can say to, here we can say contacts, and here we can say something like go to contacts, right? But should we put this in, I don't know, should we put this in a button? So here we should have something like go to contacts, class name, pg, no, button primary, button sm mt4. Yeah. Walaikum assalam, Zishan. How are you, Zishan? How's it going? This is the home route. Go to contacts. There you go. But why do we have the home route at all? That doesn't make sense. So instead of this element root layout, I think we can say, I think there is a redirect one. Redirect, no? React router. There was a redirect route. Fetch utilities, redirect documents. Routers picking, create a browser router. Redirect. Fetch utilities, redirect from no, 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 no. We do have redirect somewhere. Match route location. Components. Route. Routes. I think there should be something. Feature overview. Or maybe it's the final. What if I don't have a route, right? If I don't have a route like this, then if I go to home, there's nothing. There's no component being rendered there, right? Uh, However, index true. How does this treat this component? It does not. So if I refresh, everything else works the same, but the path doesn't really take care of anything. I want to see what are the possibilities here, or I think there is a redirect component. Redirect. No. There is what? There was supposed to be a component that React router default route redirect. Isn't that the one that I'm looking for? Exactly. But I don't think you have that anymore. Aha, navigate is the one, right? This is the one, and replace true. Now I got it. So this one, and so index is true. In this case, we basically remove this guy and we say navigate. What did I just do? Okay. So two contacts and replace true. Okay, so if I then try to go to the home page, it just takes me to the contact. That's good. If I go back, it just takes me to the contact page. If I refresh, it takes to the contact page. Good. And then if I hit the home page, it also takes me to the contact page. So then I don't really need the home page here, the header tsx having the home link at all. Just trying to make things simple, right? There we go. And then that also means that that in my components I can actually delete the home route. That's good. I think I like it this way much better than the others. So we got the index element, we have navigate to contacts, replace true, blah blah blah, default app router. Let me check navigate in the docs. Yeah. But we do have the navigate implemented now. Good. I think we're doing pretty nice. So we have the home page to go to. So I could click here, and it goes to the context page. I think I should also in the header.tsx. I mean, I could do this or I could do contacts. It's up to me. But since I always want this to go to the root, no matter what that is, I would put it here. or I would put this here. So in case that changes, the button still goes to the right page. So even if the default page is context, it's good to put this here instead of directly context, because if I change that for any reason, then I have to update this file again. That makes sense. Okay, so now we have only a few of these guys remaining. So if I delete this, go here, good. But how this works with the router loader and action is pretty nice, because if you look at this, if you go here, maybe say something like Mohsin Ayaz Mohsin at something.com. If I hit enter, you'll see two things. One, the action that creates the context, but then also the loader triggering again and getting the new data automatically. So you see this one, which is the creation call. So this was sent, or this came back from the database or from the backend as a response. So this was a creation call. If you look at this, there's a post, it goes to context and it sends the payload of the name and the email, right? But then this call automatically gets triggered because we are putting an action on this route which has a loader. So this does the action and executes the loader automatically, which is super cool. But then we have the delete action. And once we do that, we then also redirect back to context, which executes the loader again. And it happens so fast that you don't even see it. So if I click this, then you will see that if I go to network again, two things will happen: the deletion and then the loader again. So it deletes this whole thing and then the context come back again. But the beauty of this is that the route will not change in this case, which is super cool. For example, let's say I go to a new page. Let's say I go to my GitHub, which for some reason I've just noticed that has crossed 1100 followers. Super nice. So if you're following already, thank you. So if I go from here to the context page, look at this now. I'll go and add something completely new. So I'll say Ahsan Ayaz to Ahsan2 at something.com. If I hit submit or hit enter, you can see the data came in, right? Now, if I go to this route, delete it, and come back, what should happen? If I click back now, it tries to go to a page which doesn't exist. So contact not found. We already handled this error. If I click back, it should come back to contacts, which it does. And if I click this back, then it goes to my GitHub. Super cool, right? Let's try this again, but with just the list page. So if I go to the localhost thingy, which was localhost 573 contacts. So if I go here and if I delete right from here, even though this is done via a route, this does not add anything to the history. So if I click OK, you can see that the data got deleted, but I did not have any use effect or API call in my context list code. But even then the delete happened, which means that it must have gone to a route, deleted and come back. But if I hit back, I go to my GitHub actions or my GitHub page. So this is super cool. And I will be, yeah, I will really enjoy just recording this whole thing. But this is so cool that I might actually create a whole video on just creating this thing with React router. So I think that would be super fun. I think we can have a catchy title, even something like "No need to use effect or use state anymore," if you know what I mean. If you know what I mean. Okay, so how about we quickly wrap this up and then go home. Wait, not a terminal window. Where is my terminal window? There's my terminal window. If I open this, thank you. Mm-hmm. 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 What did I change? So deleted a bunch of files. Modified contact service, contact entity, blah blah blah. Oh, I changed the whole package basically, so that makes perfect sense. Da 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 da. What is the name of your fonts? The font I'm using for coding here is called Fira Code. FIRACODE. Fira Code. We dot. Oh yeah, that's an issue. So what I need to do is cd React Router app rmrf kit. Now everything is added. Good. Git commit m feed React Router forms, add React Router forms final state. There we go. Git push it. So I use Fira code in both my VS Code as well as here, and that's a free uh, font that you can find. I'm going to share the link with you. But I think I've been using Fira code for past few years, and I haven't changed it to anything else. I really like it. This is sort of the. But what I also like about Fira code is these ligatures that you see. For example, not equals looks like this. So if you type it in anywhere else, it looks a bit different. Versus if you try to add it like here. Oh, wait a second. So here, this is the arrow, or this is not equals to, but in Vim, you'll find it very different. So here, this is not equals, and this is not equals to. So we have now 3 lines in here. So that's why I mean, these are one of the things that I really like. And then the arrow function looks like this. So it is an arrow instead of here. So there's a difference between those arrows if you look closely, so to say. So it's a really nice font. I like it. And I usually prefer schemes which do have blue and a bit of purple in it. So I like this one. This is I think this is, if I remember correctly, this is called Catpuchin from Nvim. Oh, Catpuchin is the color theme, and then we have VS Code. I think VS Code was Winter is Coming by John Papa. Well, cool. I think this is good. I'm gonna take a little break, um, and then I'll see if I can record it maybe today or tomorrow. But if you have any questions in the meantime, feel free to ask. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try. What I'm going to do is I'm going to remove every before I do the recording. I'll try to first create a state where none of the form things are implemented, and then during the lecture I will basically implement them, or during the recording then I will implement them, which makes things interesting, or which is basically the point of the whole lecture in the course. But after this is done, we are basically done with the React Router course. I don't think there are different things that one could learn within the React Router space. Small things like, how do you activate, or how do you see the active inactive states or colors, small things like that. but I don't think you need to learn much more things, or the things that, I mean, those are the things that when you see the documentation, you instantly learn those. But there are a bit of these kind of things, the form, how do you do that? How do you implement a whole application through that? And for this one, we also, I mean, not only I had to implement the front end, the React, but also the Nest.js backend as well, that essentially handles all these contexts within an in-memory array. Um, yeah, this was super fun. I liked it. So thank you everyone who joined today. I'm gonna take a break, and you can go to sleep, and I'll see you the next time. Maybe I'm trying to find, or I'm hoping for a time when I would be done with my course and not working on anything new. Maybe I think that will be a time where we will stream, but we will then, during live stream, we will work on something that is new, that comes from your idea. So whatever you want me to build, we would build it then live on the stream. Obviously that would not be pretty, we will be getting stuck in a lot of things, but I think still it would be fun. So having said that, thank you everyone who joined. I will see you in the next stream. So take care, and as always, happy coding.